Hi, I'm Abraham Valentino, CEO of SOLARIT. We are here with Pat. Pat, please introduce yourself.
I'm Pat Mines.
The purpose of this interview is to share the experience Pat has had recently installing solar on her home. So without any delay, Pat, tell us, how long have you lived here? How long have you owned this house?
I bought the house about 3 years ago. New. And so I've been here 3 years.
Okay, and when did you decide to put solar on your roof?
A lot of my neighbors, and as I'm driving around, I see a lot of solar on the homes, and it made a lot of sense since we're in the desert. So I started looking into different solar companies. And
Mm-hmm. How many companies did you look at?
Probably 4 or 5.
Okay. So what was the main reason that you decided to put solar? Was it financially you thought it's beneficial, or just because people had it?
Probably both. And then they offered a patio cover if you get solar. So I thought, well, that would be nice, because I had been looking to put a patio on also.
Okay.
So.
And how many salespeople or how many companies do you remember that you talked to?
A half dozen or more knocking on the door, and same with phone calls. Once you like something on Facebook, they call you all day, every day. If you respond to any of the ads, they must. I don't know how it works, but
most of the ads on Facebook are actually what we call clickbaits. They're not solar companies. They collect names and sell the names until the and
they sell them to everybody.
So did solar salespeople come and visit you?
Yes.
From every company, or how many salespeople did you visit with?
Just two of the solar companies.
Did you like them, or what made you make a decision to buy from one versus the other besides the patio?
I didn't really like the first one, and they didn't offer the patio thing. And then the second one that came out, I just thought she was really nice, and she said, "I'll treat you like my parents. I'll do everything right, and I'll treat you just like when I set my dad up for solar." And I thought, "Oh, what a nice girl."
Okay, so she established a very good trust factor.
Yes.
Was that a factor in your decision-making process?
Yeah, very much so. But then now doesn't return the calls. I haven't heard from her since. So
I see.
Just signed me up.
Okay. So when you met with this salesperson, and we don't want any names, did she explain to you how much power your system is going to produce, what your offset is going to be?
No. She just was telling me that the Nevada power was going up 8% every year. And
she said 8% every year?
Yes, and that I would save money in the long run.
Have you experienced that 8% increase every year?
No.
Okay. Did she explain to you, for example, how solar makes energy, and what is the effect of how much sun you get, how many sun hours your house gets, anything technical like that?
No, not really. Just that I was in a good location, and that I had direct sun, and that it would work. They climb up on the roof and check to make sure that it will work.
I see. So she didn't explain anything about the size of the solar system, or how much power it's going to generate for you during every month or every year?
She just explained that 10 panels would be enough, and that it would offset my bill, and that Nevada Energy would probably be paying me, that I wouldn't have a bill anymore.
Oh, so she basically told you that the panels that they're installing would be sufficient enough to offset your bill 100%. Then did she explain that when you installing solar, there is a cash price, and then there is a different price for financing? And did she explain what the bank fees and the bank rate, interest rates are, and what the differences are?
No.
Okay. So did she, for example, show you anything that says this is the cash price, this is the finance price? Do you recall that?
No.
Did she just give you a total for the whole installation? How did she?
She just called her company and they said, this is the interest rate you get and this is the bank that you finance it through.
And so you just trusted it and you just signed
And I just trusted her, yeah.
I see. Okay. How do you feel about solar now that you installed it?
Well, I think solar's great. I just think that I wished I had been more informed and been dealing with somebody a little more reputable than I was. And had I known the whole picture now, I'm really not sure what I would have done. But I think solar's great. I think we live in the desert. We have the sun. Why not use it?
Absolutely.
I think it's a wonderful concept.
We have an abundance of the sun. Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention this. This interview is totally unscripted. She didn't even know questions that I was going to ask. Pat, if you could please explain how did we come across each other and how did we meet actually? So could you explain that from your experience so that our viewers can actually find out how we met and how we found you?
An ad on Facebook, and I was interested in finding out actually more about solar and how it operates, and I had some kind of hiccups with them putting the solar in, so I have a lot of unanswered questions which you have graciously answered and explained it more to me. And I think that your company is a good concept to especially help seniors or anybody that they don't have to go through the third party or the extra person. They can eliminate that and go right to this website and have all your questions answered right there.
Wonderful. Thank you. We'll get to that in a bit. So the first time we met was yesterday.
Yes.
Because we had set up the interview for today. And the reason we met yesterday was that you were not able to provide your contracts or any information about your solar system. And I came over helping you find it on your emails. Yeah. And we printed one page. But we didn't ask you how much you have paid. We just saw it yesterday. We didn't ask any other questions from you about your installation process, nor did we tell you much about ourselves, except the information you have. Okay. So this is the page that actually, I think, has the date that we took a picture of it, and then we printed it, or I printed it today. And could you please look at this? This is what I got from you, and just say what the cash price was and what the finance price was.
The total system was $21,000, and the interest rate is 1.99%, and that's for 25 years. And so the total sales is $29,781.
Okay, so that's normal in the solar business. Banks offer low interest rate, but they add up a fee, and depending on how a homeowner wants to or how long they want to keep their home, somebody should explain to them that they should probably go, there's several options of financing. And depending on how long somebody wants to keep a house, there are different forms of financing or the interest rate that they could pick to lower the fee that the banks charge. So the difference between the $21,000 and the $29,781 is just the fee that banks charge upfront to give you a 1.99% interest, unsecured basically interest for 25 years. And that's basically normal in the industry. Okay, so now what we want to do, and the purpose of this interview really is to show the difference between someone like Pat meeting a solar salesperson and to just educate our viewers. The industry is basically a lot of, over 9,000 based on last record that I looked at, solar sales companies and a few other thousand solar sales people that go out and try to market and sell solar. And over 95% of the solar salespeople in the United States, at least, are commission-based salespeople. And their commission are usually calculated based on the net profit that they get. Solar is not a regulated industry. And unfortunately, not all, but some, basically get what they can, and they make commission based on whatever they can sell the solar. Now, one question I have, during and unfortunately some salespeople use all sorts of gimmicks. In this case, you got a very nice trellis in your backyard, but sometimes they use gimmicks like, oh, we give you $3,000 cash if you get solar. Sometimes they say, oh, no, you get a jacuzzi. Sometimes you get a trellis. But all that is really jacks up their prices. But more importantly than that, did they indicate that you get a special discount, or did they, because I know some salespeople even start with one price and then end up with a different price, and they call their manager and they basically role play to...
That's what they did.
Oh, that's what they did, actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what was it? Do we have a special price if you sign today?
Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
Could you tell us what exactly happened?
Well, initially they had said one interest rate and what the price was going to be. And then they're saying, oh, well, you don't meet the criteria. Your FICO score is not high enough. Well, at the time, and I'm sure it still is, my FICO score was like 4, so I'm not quite sure how high it needs to be. You can't get much higher than that. So she said, well, I can't give you that lower interest rate. I have to give you the higher interest rate, which of course made the payment jump. So.
I see. All right. So what my company has done is we actually, at the time, a few years ago, we had a little bit of, over 10 salespeople, telemarketing people, manager for this, manager for that. And we thought that all we are doing is spending our time training these people constantly. And since I'm a technology background, we thought there was a better way to help consumers. So we basically stopped, as I briefly mentioned to you, doing business the old-fashioned way. And I was criticized for it. And I said, well, you can't really change if you continue doing the same thing. So we started developing an artificial intelligence technology to offer consumers, starting from the solar industry, where they can go to our website and there are 4 or 5 different ways that they can instantly get a solar proposal and different financing options. And because we don't have commission-based salespeople anymore, and we have reduced our cost of doing business, then we can offer a different pricing than perhaps other companies that do incur such costs. So this is all done to benefit the consumer, because now the consumer has the ability to go to our website and get a proposal in a matter of 12 seconds and compare it to whatever else they want to compare it to. And so I want to show you what our website looks like, and I want you to actually get a proposal.
Okay.
And we're going to show how long it will take for you to get a proposal, and then I'm going to explain what the differences are. And by the way, the equipment that you have installed are exactly the same equipment that we installed. So there is no difference. And then we compare the price and then compare the calculation. So this is our website, solarit.org. And the very first thing you will see after that is that we say, hey, there are 4 easy ways you can get a solar proposal. You can scan a QR code. You can do a short form which only asks for your zip code and how much you pay per month for your electricity on an average. And one other thing that I should mention is, to get a solar proposal from SOLARIT, we don't collect any personal information. So it makes it really easy. Our privacy policy, we don't share information, we don't sell information, we don't even collect information from you unless you decide to do business with us. And then your name, your email, your address is secure. We only share it with our installer that is going to come and install it. So we also have created, Pat, and you see his picture, is a gentleman we call Cyrus. Cyrus means sun, the translation of Cyrus. But Cyrus is like Amazon's Alexi. And you can ask Cyrus almost any questions about solar, then Cyrus can answer it. And he can send you a proposal immediately after you tell him your zip code and how much you spend per month. So those are the things. So I'm going to click on the short form, right? So what is it asking you is enter your zip code.
I have my glasses on.
Okay, so tell me and I'll enter it.
Oh, it didn't. I'm not good at computers, I guess.
Okay, and so here comes Cyrus, and what is Cyrus telling you?
Where my property is located.
Yeah, so Cyrus is saying your property is located, and we don't want to disclose that.
No.
Your property gets 1,845 hours of sunlight per year. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that is a big factor in calculation of your solar system and how much energy it generates. And then it says your electric rate, your current electric rate, based on the information we have, is 10.99 cents per kilowatt hour. That's what you're paying. So to just give our viewers a little bit of information, SOLARIT has a database that includes every single power company in the United States and their rates, and we update it constantly. In addition to that, we have 11 years of history of what they charge per state. Your average monthly electric bill?
110.
Okay. 110. And it immediately tells you what you're going to spend if you don't go solar for 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. So if you don't go solar, your bill will be $123 a month. So now to get your solar proposal, it's going to say get your proposal. And what is I'm going to send it to your phone, or you can type your phone number if you see it.
Yeah.
Let me put it over here, and then we're not going to disclose that. Okay. And then click on get my solar code. And really, that's all it takes.
Oh, that's
and you're going to get a text
easy.
message in like a few seconds. So you just got the text.
Yeah.
And then we click on the text, and here's your solar proposal. So as you scroll down, it basically tells you what your savings are, how many trees you're going to save, what the panel prices are, and then let's just scroll down to, and on our proposal we actually tell you what the degradation of the panels are, so that you can actually see what percentage your system will generate less every year, and we get to a point that it shows your savings. And let me just see it because I can't see and here is your different financing options from 7 years to 25 years. Wow. And here are your prices and monthly payments. So your solar system, and if I may take the phone so I can see, so it shows that your monthly payment would be $89 a month would be your 25-year financing. And that's before any tax rate. So that's really your payment. Now, the difference is that our system thinks that you don't need 10 panels. Our system says that to really offset your system, your bill, you actually will need 17 panels, not 10 panels, and your system should be 6.8 kilowatt to offset $110. Now, to just prove how accurate our system is, because I had your information yesterday, I took the liberty to go to, there is a site that is called National Renewable Energy Laboratory, which is a government-established research, right? So I put in your particular address, and for almost 110. If you look over here, it says if you spend $1,326 in a year, which comes up to about $110 a month,
right,
your production should be 10,905 kilowatt hours. And it actually shows you over here, it should be between almost 10,500 to 11,200, but thinks that 10,900 will offset your power by 100%, but that's only the first year. Our system that we calculated And we did this by just the zip code, not even your particular address. Our system suggests that including the degradation of panels, because they will generate less energy, with 17 panels, what is this number?
12,553.
Yeah, so that's the size that you need. Not so basically 10 panels turns out to be about 65%, 60% to offset your energy. Mm-hmm. So they really did not install, they didn't calculate. I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional, it's not my position, but they basically sold you a system that only offsets about 60% of your usage, not about 100%. So not only so you're going to get a supplemental bill from Nevada Energy in addition to your solar system. And that's because salespeople most of the times don't really know how to calculate. Now, let's look at the pricing. So for 17 panels, right? For 17 panels, can you tell what the top line price is?
19,652.
Right. So for 17 panels, our price was 19,652 versus exact same panels versus how much they charge you for 10 panels?
21,000.
Okay. So, and that's the cash price. That's not before the finance price, right? So to just give you an idea, I also took the liberty of calculating what a 4-panel system will cost. Mm-hmm. I mean, a 4 kilowatt system will cost a 10-panel system. The 10-panel system on our system comes out to, and I want to go to our price. If we were going to install 10 panels for you, including we charge a small fee if the panels our system is small, and a 4 kilowatt system is a small system. So our price would have been $12,310 instead of $21,000. I don't want to disappoint you, but that's not very dense. So if you are going to finance it, and we're going to take the same rate of the bank fee that they have applied, if you were going to use the same financing company, instead of your, I guess, 29,000
781.
Then with the same bank rate, our price would be $17,216.79 versus $29,781.86. A difference of $8,690. And where do you think that goes? Most likely to the salesperson.
Yeah, to the girl.
That's the commission. Now, so you actually, with the bank fee difference, because 17,000 versus 29,000, you actually paid $12,565.07 more just on initial financing. Now, at the 1.99% for 25 years, that translates to another $3,394.93. So your total difference between us and dealing with a solar salesperson over 25 years is how much?
$15,960.
So that's what you paid to meet a salesperson.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry to tell you that, but
unbelievable.
So what's your message to people that how you want to inform them?
To do your research, to get on with your company's system, and it's right there.
Right. And it is simple. It really literally takes minutes. And I'm sorry that you paid more. I know people that actually have paid a lot more than you have. So this concludes our interview. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that this will help other buyers and other consumers that are looking to go solar.
I hope so too.
You don't really have to pay. You will pay if you deal with a salesperson. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.